My save is very unique. We do matters in a different way here. For us, it's all approximately making them as elegant and exquisite as they may be. When Counting Cars ended, fans' concept Danny Koker was finished. He'd misplaced 35 pounds from pressure, confronted a $2,700,000 lawsuit, and his marriage changed into falling aside. But in 2024, the Count shocked anybody. While his old display changed into making $15 million a year, his new mission doubled that during simply months. But the real marvel had not anything to do with cars. Today, we are entering into the untold tale of how Danny Koker rebuilt his empire and why a few lovers say he is unrecognizable. Danny Koker changed into Born on January 5, 1964 in Cleveland. His circle of relatives turned into All About Motors. His father, Danny Koker Sr., labored for Ford as an go-to. So automobiles and bikes had been a big part of Danny's life from the very beginning. Everyone in his family, uncles, cousins, and family pals, turned into related to the car enterprise too. But there has been something else that made his circle of relatives special. His dad wasn't just into automobiles. He changed into additionally a talented musician who sang and played the keyboard for a well-known Southern gospel group, the Cathedral Quartet. This blend of cars and song shaped Danny in approaches no one ought to have guessed. By the time he changed into simply 11 years old, he became acting on level at Carnegie Hall, displaying off his musical talent. When Danny changed into 8 years old, his dad gave him a motorbike. It wasn't just a present, it turned into the begin of something large. Instead of just driving it, Danny took it apart piece through piece. Then he positioned it back collectively again. That's whilst he located how a great deal he loved, identifying how matters worked. From then on, he spent his time running on bikes and cars, taking them aside, solving them, and making them better. By the time he'd become a youngster, he was already helping his dad with car tasks, gaining knowledge of the entirety through doing it himself. His dad introduced domestic manuals and automobile parts from Ford, and Danny soaked all of it up. He did not have fancy education, simply curiosity and a lot of practice. When he became 16, he changed into already making engines faster and cars cooler. One of his biggest early initiatives became his first car, a 1979 Camaro Z28. Most youngsters might have kept it the manner it was, but now, not Danny. He grew to become it right into a Avenue legal race car. It became a big task, but he figured it out. By 18, he proved to everybody that he may want to take care of difficult projects, even without formal schooling. This turned into simply the start of his superb adventure. In 1990, Danny attempted something absolutely special. He became a TV host. He performed Count Cool Rider on an overdue nighttime horror film show called Saturday Fright at the Movies. Every Saturday, humans in Las Vegas tuned in to observe him introduce cheesy horror films. He dressed up like a vampire, wore sunglasses and a cape, and delivered his very own humor to the display. His individual loved Elvis, bikes, and traditional motors, similar to Danny. He even made jokes with a funny accessory inspired through his grandparents, who were from Yugoslavia. The display wasn't just about the films. Danny added his love for motors and music to make it extra fun. People loved it, and his nickname, The Count, caught even after the show ended in 2001. Danny did not forestall there. In 1998, he took his love for automobiles and started a small keep known as Count's Customs in Las Vegas. The name turned into a nod to his TV person, and the shop centered on customizing motorcycles. Danny had a completely unique fashion. He didn't just repair motorcycles and vehicles, he became them into something remarkable. One of his first large tasks changed into a 1932 Ford Roadster. When people noticed it, they knew Count's Customs become unique. Word spread speedy, and the shop commenced getting extra customers. By 2002, Danny moved to a bigger space to handle all of the paintings. He accelerated from motorcycles to conventional motors, and even started making custom elements. In 2004, the whole lot changed when Danny were given a name from Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy wanted a custom motorcycle, and Danny delivered. The motorbike became great with glowing paint and bat-themed info. It got countrywide interest and made Count's Customs well known. Over time, the store grew even greater. By 2010, it wasn't just a store anymore. Danny grew to become it right into an emblem. He opened a tattoo parlor, a rock bar referred to as Count's Vamped, and even started selling products. Count's Customs became a 300,000-square-foot workshop with over 50 personnel, proving that Danny's passion had turned into something larger than he ever imagined. Danny Koker's adventure to repute started out all of a sudden on July 19, 2009. He seemed on Pawn Stars for the first time to appraise a 1968 Mustang GT Fastback. At the time, he owned Count's Customs, a automobile and motorcycle keep in Las Vegas, and was already widely known locally. Rick Harrison, the proprietor of the pawn store, needed a person who truly understood conventional vehicles. Danny's charm and understanding stood out proper away, and visitors cherished him. Over 3 years, he appeared in 23 episodes of Pawn Stars and had become a fan favorite. The Count, due to the fact he used to host a horror movie display on local TV. But matters almost ended badly after his second look. He and Rick argued over the price of a 1957 Chevy Bel Air. They were given so heated that Danny walked off the set, and producers had to step in to calm things down. Rick later referred to as Danny individually and promised he could have greater manipulate over his components on the display, and their banter on screen became something viewers cherished. The idea for counting cards came in June 2011. Brent Montgomery, a producer from Left Field Pictures, turned into journeying Count's Customs to film for Pawn Stars. He saw Danny negotiating to shop for an unprecedented 1,970 Plymouth Superbird. Danny supplied 75.0 proper on the spot, showing how passionate he changed into approximately automobile. First, Viscount Montgomery of Alamein notioned this would make a first-rate TV display. On August 13, 2012, Counting Cars premiered on the History Channel. The show followed Danny and his group as they bought, restored, and sold conventional vehicles and motorcycles. What made the show special turned into how it showed each part of the system, from Danny spotting an automobile to the very last monitor after it turned into restored. The first episode introduced matters complete circle by means of proposing the recuperation of a 1968 Mustang Fastback, the equal form of vehicle he appraised on Pawn Stars. It drew 300.1 million visitors, which was plenty higher than the History Channel's normal scores. The fulfillment brought about an order for greater episodes, and filming commenced just 2 weeks later. Everywhere, man. I'm turning over rocks. I'm digging in people's backyards, peeking in garage doorways, in no way stopping, in no way preventing. The show Fast have become one of the most popular on the History Channel. By the end of the first season, it averaged 2.9 million visitors per episode. In some instances, it even outperformed Pawn Stars, which became the figure display. By 2014, Counting Cars was being shown in 150 nations. Rick Harrison, yeah, you know him. He's from the TV reality display Pawn Stars. We had a danger to welcome Rick Deary and ask his thoughts at the Roar, and translate it into 38 languages. In Germany, it have become the most watched American reality show, with 1.5 million viewers according to episode. The show's success had a few unexpected side results. In 2015, Las Vegas police mentioned a 37% increase in classic automobile thefts. They believed criminals have been stimulated via the display to goal the specific motors featured. Danny even had to warn automobile proprietors to take more care. Danny's unique look also helped make the display popular. He had lengthy hair, a beard, and wore all-black garments with skull designs. His style wasn't just for TV, it showed his love for rock song, and his band counts 77. Fans loved how he combined automobile understanding, commercial enterprise sense, and his rocker personality. In 2016, a survey showed that maximum viewers watched the display due to the fact they appreciated Danny's persona. Danny also had some laugh quirks. He believed a leather-based jacket he owned due to the fact 1,989 brought him good fortune when shopping for motors. He by no means washed it, and it even had over $10,000 sewn right into a pocket for spontaneous purchases. One moment that showed Danny's huge coronary heart took place on November 5, 2013. He restored a 1,981 Corvette that belonged to a Vietnam veteran who had exceeded away. Danny gave the car to the veteran's widow, and he turned into so moved that he cried throughout the This episode have become the maximum watched in the show's records, with 400.3 million visitors. Danny Koker's adventure to achievement is a mixture of tough paintings, creativity, and ardor. When his display counting cars became a hit, his enterprise counts customs grew fast. The shop, which commenced as a small 7,000 rectangular foot area, elevated to a large 400,000 square foot facility with the aid of 2018. This growth let Danny take on bigger, greater, thrilling initiatives. By 2020, his team of over 50 professional people become completing 75 custom builds each 12 months, compared to just a few earlier than the show. Clients had been willing to wait up to 18 months for his specific designs and paid excessive costs for his signature work. By 2019, the shop became incomes over $15 million at 12 months, which became a huge soar from the $500,000 it made in its first 12 months. On top of this, Danny started promoting Count's Customs branded merchandise like garments and add-ons. By 2021, this added any other $3 million to the commercial enterprise every year. Danny failed to stop there.